Like I have so much in my head to say about this experience, and I almost don't know where to start.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter A for Arteza, an advent calendar, but this video is not sponsored by Arteza. It's also brought to you by all the numbers because I created them just for this video. It's also brought to you by me, Angela of Morbid Heart Designs, and Carissa of Happy Goth Art. Now that you've seen what we've created, we definitely have thoughts. I mean, we had thoughts beforehand. We have more thoughts now. And we do want to say none of this has been a diss to Arteza. We've actually had a lot of fun, even though it might not sound like it. Definitely a learning experience. We want to share some of our positive thoughts about this and then our negatives. And by this, I mean the supplies, because that's what we're here for, right?
Overall, I think this is great. There are things in here that I would never have tried. Like you said, when we got the shiny chrome marker, you were waiting for a reason to go buy one because you didn't just want to go buy one, and now you have one. And I would not have ever bought an alcohol marker. And I hate to tell everybody, I am not keeping this. I'm going to give it to somebody who will use it because it's not me.
I'm in the same boat, but that's more because I have most of the Copic colors, and I am biased to Copic and Prisma.
This also kind of was an introduction to some of the other materials and paints that Arteza had. Like, I would never have thought to go to Arteza for modeling paste. I would never have thought to go to Arteza for pens of any sort, the white ones, the fine liners. I would not have thought to go to Arteza for those.
I would use their white one again, and like hands down, I am definitely biased to the jelly rolls. Those are very standard for most artists because they're so reliable. This one held up to like my jelly roll. It basically went on everything but the oil paints.
Yeah, no, I had the same experience. I thought it went really well. It blotted appropriately when you like went to touch it to make it bleed a little bit. I'm actually using it on another piece of art right now. But like if you're doing a small project, like the kind of project that you would get out of an advent calendar, their paint is perfectly fine.
Or if you're starting out, they're definitely good price point if you're learning, you're not sure it's going to be for you versus getting some of the higher end stuff.
Yeah, I think that's like all like I'm really happy about. This is a good experience overall. And if you were going to get this advent calendar for an artist in your family, I think that it would go over very well. I don't think it's a waste of money.
I don't think it's a waste of money myself either, but I do feel there should have been some explanations or don't mix this with that because of how much variety there was. The varnish is a perfect example. Do not put this over anything that is water-based. It altered your painting. It destroyed mine. It doesn't have any instructions. It doesn't have any, hey, don't do this. Like, would people know you can't do oil paint and acrylic as another example? Those are such different mediums. I just feel like there needed to be either more decisions in catering it to things that can be mixed or adding a more educational element in the packaging. Like another sticker that says please don't mix with, or something along those lines.
You're definitely right. I agree. There should have been some more education put into this box. I personally, I wouldn't buy this again to review. Like I'm not going to buy next year's and review next year's. I kind of think that's a waste of my money and my time. What do you think?
I don't know if I would do the 24 one again, but another YouTube artist that I have followed for years, I found out after we recorded and everything, actually did the 12-day one. And she's a watercolor artist. So I think that one was more watercolored focused. So if there's something like that or a creator that I follow does one, I might get it. But in all reality, I'm not going to have time next year if we're going to do this again to do that and all of the things in life, small
Yeah.
business owner, feral housewife. There's never enough time to do anything.
I don't know, I would buy it for somebody. Like if I knew a young artist that needed some stuff, I'd buy it for them for Christmas. But yeah, I don't think I would buy it, for me.
We have established, though, that both of us have particular Arteza supplies that we will continue to use and that we might delve into a little bit more. So that is a positive.
I kind of want to touch on the thing that we found out when we were preparing for this. Yeah, do you want to share what you found?
While I was editing and prepping and trying to find images and screenshot things to be like, this is what we're doing, like December 1st or 2nd, something really early on, Arteza decided to discount this $80 box to $24.
Every time I hear that.
I was miffed. I was like, I spent $80 and now you're selling it for $24. They said that they bought too many and that they're having to cut the price and whatnot. And I'm just like,
Oh, that makes me so angry.
If you can count it that low when you say you have too many, maybe you shouldn't sell it initially at $80 to begin with.
Right?
But going into this, I felt like $80 was a really good price after we opened it. We had the whole video conversation about it.
Yeah, it was.
It got edited out of my videos.
After you shared that information with me, I think we both did. We looked on other websites, like Amazon was selling it still at $80. Actually, it's at $84 right now.
I can see that, though, because their price, they've still got to make their money. So they bought from Arteza, so Arteza got a smaller cut. So those places can't really afford to cut it.
Yeah, and if you really wanted it, you can't buy it off Arteza's website anymore. They've already taken the listing down. So you would have to go through a third party and pay the $80. I'm just, oh my God, I am so not happy.
Well, I'm going to say on that note, given that we know how much they brought it down, now after this whole what the hell is happening, you actually did a lot of digging and research and prepped a pricing list.
I did.
You want to talk about that?
I did. So I basically went through every day. I made a nice little spreadsheet. I priced out each item. Most items you can only buy if they were part of a set. So like the Everblend markers is a part of a pack. So I did the math, I took whatever the price was, divided it by however many items were in that set to get the base price. Everything is part of a set with the exception of like actual acrylic paint, but they don't even sell this size of a paint by itself. You have to buy them as a set. So I basically went through, I did the best I could, matching item with item, making sure that the price was reflective of, one thing of whatever. I added everything up. I included $10 for the packaging design because the box is nice. Like, this box is nice. There's nothing wrong with this box. It's a nice box. My total value only came out to $60.25 US. So I'm not happy about that.
Theoretically, because you don't know their manufacturing price, these prices are also including the profit they would have gotten if you bought the set per that item.
Yes, this
isn't even cost.
Yeah, this is the retail value, what they're selling these on their website design.
And their discount to 24, they're going to do their best to still not lose money or break even. There is going to be some level of profit in that.
Yeah, so does that mean that like they were able to make this entire thing for like $20? Outside of the price gripe that I have with it, again, I would still probably buy this for somebody else to help make their Christmas better, especially if it was a younger artist that was needed to try out different things. Because I think as an artist, you should try out as many different things as you can. I think that's like my final thought is, even at $80, it's not a terrible product. I enjoyed it overall, above average. Would buy for somebody else.
I feel like I should have more to say on that front that I don't, because I'm like, I will still use them for certain art supplies especially having experienced them before, but I wouldn't hesitate to recommend some aspects of them, especially, like I said, their price point is really good for beginners.
Oh yeah. Yeah, their average set of like a set of acrylic paints or watercolor paints is like $25 to $30, and you'll get like 24 colors. And they're not like really low grade paints.
I would not get it for myself again unless it was to show support to a content creator that I enjoy. I do agree it would be a great gift, but I really do stand by they need to do one of two things next time. I will harp this one. Have educational materials included in it or on the paddles, because I looked. I looked for information. Either don't have such a wide variety or have an educational component so people know and don't destroy their paintings. Like, that's my biggest why I won't ever buy it for myself. And if I give it to somebody else, I will say a caveat of you might want to do some research beforehand, which I feel ruins the joy and experimentation. So if you want to allow mixed media, I fully support mixed media. But cater the box to things that can mix together safely.
I don't really have anything else to say except for, stay tuned if you guys want to watch my time lapse of if you want to watch the time lapse of my paintings. Thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas. And bye.
Bye. See you next year or sooner.
Hopefully sooner. Hopefully they come and hang out with us when we do like live streams and watch videos about, horror movies for you and the fun art that you make for them.
Last of all, I'd like to thank Carissa for inviting me on this crazy adventure with her. It's been a lot of fun making these videos, a lot of work. So I do want to also extend a thank you to everybody who's watched, liked, comment, you fucking rock. Did you know that? You fucking rock. Thank you so much for the support. And I don't know what's gonna bring for next year, but I'm hoping to be here more, even though I say that, all the time. So we'll see what 2024 brings. From my dark heart to yours, have a Merry fucking Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And please don't die before we reach 2024.